who used their powers for good. Still, even at 4, I knew about fairies. Everyone did.
"There is no such thing as fairies," Lady Brooke said. "But yes, people said they were fairies. Your father welcomed them, for he hoped they would bring you magical gifts. But there was one person your father did not invite, the witch Malvolia."
Lady Brooke went on to describe at great length and in exhausting detail the beauty of the day, the height of the sun in the sky, and the importance of the christening service. I closed my eyes, but when she attempted to carry me into my bedchamber, I woke and demanded, "What of the spindle?"
"Oh, I thought you were asleep."
I continued to demand to know of the spindle, which led to a lengthy recitation of the gifts I had received from the various guests. I struggled to remain attentive, but I perked up when she began to describe the fairies' gifts.
"Violet gave the gift of beauty, and Xanthe gave the gift of grace, although surely such qualities cannot be given."
I did not see why not. People often remarked upon my beauty and grace.
"Lila gave the gift of musical talent."
I noted privately that I was already quite skilled on the harpsichord.
"While Celia gave the gift of intelligence."
It went without saying. Lady Brooke continued.
"Flavia was about to step forward to give the gift of obedience, which would have been much welcomed if I do say so myself."
She winked at me, but the wink had a hint of annoyance which was not, I must say, appreciated.
"The spindle?" I reminded her, yawning. "Just as Flavia was ready to step forward and offer her much-desired gift of obedience, the door to the grand banquet hall was flung open. The witch Malvolia. The guards tried to stop her, but she brazened her way past them. "I demand to see the child," she said. Your nurse tried to block her way, but quicker than the bat of an eyelash, the nurse was on the floor, and Malvolia was standing over your bassinet. Ah! She seized you and held you up for all to see. The accursed babe. Your mother and father tried to soothe Malvolia with tales of invitations lost, but she repeated the word accursed several times, and then she made good the curse itself. Before her 16th birthday, the princess shall prick her finger on a spindle and die, she roared. And then, as quickly as she had arrived, she was gone. But the beautiful day was ruined, and rain fell freely from the sky.
"And then what?" I asked, far from interested in the weather now that I understood I might die by touching a spindle. Why had no one told me?
Flavia tried to save the situation with her gift. She said that since Malvolia's powers were immense, she could not reverse her spell, but she sought to modify it a bit. The princess shall not die, she said, but as everyone was sighing in relief, she added, "Rather, the princess shall sleep. All Euphrasian citizens shall sleep also, protected from harm by this spell, and the kingdom shall be obscured from sight by a giant wood, unnoticed by the rest of the world, and removed from maps and memory until—" People were becoming more nervous with each pronouncement. "One day the kingdom shall be rediscovered. The princess shall be awakened by her true love's first kiss, and the kingdom shall awake and become visible to the world again."
"But that is stupid," I burst out. "If the entire kingdom is asleep and forgotten, who will be left to kiss me?" Lady Brooke stopped speaking, and then she actually scratched her head, as persons in stories are said to do when they are trying to work some great puzzle. At the end of it, she said, "I do not know. Someone will. That is what Flavia said." But even at my tender age, I knew this was improbable. Euphrasia was small, bounded on 3 sides by ocean and on the 4th by wilderness. The Belgians, our nearest neighbors, barely knew we existed, and if Euphrasia disappeared from sight and maps, the Belgians would forget us entirely. Other questions leaped to mind. How would we eat if we were all asleep? And wouldn't we eventually die like old people did? Indeed, the cure seemed worse than the original punishment. But to each successive question, Lady Brooke merely said, "That is why you must never touch a spindle." And it is nigh upon my 16th birthday, and I have never touched one yet.